This is my Aunt Pat. She was 101 when she passed away just a couple of weeks ago. I'm in the back of the funeral car, headed to Aunt Pat's funeral services at the church in Detroit. Tell Jesse I'm not giving him any more of my cheesecake. This was a very nice church. It was very big. It was ginormous. It was very modernized. It seemed like it was built like just a couple of years ago, which I think it wasn't built that long ago. Pat services, my mom had someone that she said Aunt Pat used to sing at all of her brother's funerals. And this lady, she was an older lady, but she could really, really sing. She had an amazing voice, one of the most amazing voices I've heard in person. I wish I could have recorded it, but the pastor asked us to turn our phones off, but I wanted to record her singing. It was beautiful. My mom, who was Aunt Pat's caretaker when we got to go up to see the body for the last time, my mom got a bit emotional because she said she realized that was indeed going to be the last time that she saw Aunt Pat. And she had been taking care of her for like several years now. We were attached to her, and Aunt Pat and her were like bread and rye and bread, rice and beans and rice. They were together all the time. She was taking care of her, taking her to the dentist, taking her to her doctor, going to check on her, making sure the nursing home was caring for her properly. So they have grown very close since my mom had been taking care of her. So and that was very noble of my mom to do something like that. It was very, very noble. So she has a lot of positive things coming to her because of the way she very nobly took care of her Aunt Pat. I heartedly believe in karma. I believe when you do good things for people, it is returned back onto you. And I believe when you do bad things to people, it is returned back onto you. But in this case, it was something very positive that my mom was doing for her aunt. And I believe that karma will take care of her, like I said. This is where we are headed to Aunt Pat's burial grounds, her final resting place. It's a big church. I didn't know there was a Motown museum. You're driving through Detroit, you see very historical places. Like you see the place where Aretha Franklin had a house, Diana Ross. You see the Motown Museum where Berry Gordy started his Motown business. It's very historical. It's very just cool to drive through and see such sights. You imagine things like Smokey Robinson walking down this street, or Aretha Franklin walking down the street, Diana Ross, Florence Ballard Griffin, Mary Wilson. You imagine all the stars that walk down the street, the same street that you're driving down. So we are going to the mausoleum where Aunt Pat is being buried, and it's the mausoleum where Rosa Parks and her husband are buried as well. And the funeral director said that Rosa Parks and her husband at one time were in the back of the cemetery, but I guess I'm assuming someone purchased a mausoleum for them because she's such a historic figure in Detroit. So this is the ground where we are entering right now. As you can imagine, it is very cold in Detroit. It's bone-chilling cold in Detroit. And I was praying that we wouldn't have to sit outside, and thank God we didn't, because it was in the mausoleum. It was sheltered. There was not really heat, but it was a lot warmer than it would have been outside. So here shortly you will see the names of Raymond Parks. I've scanned Rosa Parks' name, but it didn't show up, but you'll see here shortly. Here it comes right now. There's Raymond Parks right there. And Rosa Parks is below or above him. But it's pretty interesting. And this like brick and mortar that it's in, it has the name of Rosa Parks on the outside of it. They named it after Rosa Parks, so that's why they put her body in there, I'm thinking. One of Aunt Pat's favorite colors was pink. Her bathroom was completely pink. These are some of my cousins and family members that I have not seen for a very long time. It's, you know how when you have a funeral service, it's like a mini family reunion. So here's some family members here. She is the only living relative of her brothers and sisters. I think that's cousin Mark. I forgot his name. There's Weta. and Weeda's husband. I forgot his name too, but that's Weeda. And this is Aunt Pat's beautiful casket. This is the building that's named after Rosa Parks, and this was the outside of it. And we did not stay. Weeda and her mom and husband stayed to see Aunt Pat put in the mausoleum, in whatever they call it, interned in there or whatever. But we left. Mom wanted to get to the venue, which was the place where we were eating. It was a very nice place. I didn't get the outside of the building very well at all. And it's called the Event House. It was very nice on the outside and inside. It looked like it was just built again. There's Aunt Pat's
in here. It smells good.
Program. And this is the inside. The food was very good. The green beans had like slivered almonds in them. They were very good. I'm showing the bathroom now. It was very nice and clean. I loved going into a public bathroom that is actually very clean. This is one of my KU classmates' relatives, which I didn't even know they were related until my mom said something. At the venue, up close and personal right there, a little too close and personal right there, with the showing my lip liner that I didn't really care for. There I am, tired. I don't sleep when I'm out of town.
Everybody working hard. Say hi.
This is one of the guys that threw away my plate when I wasn't done, and I was like, hey, don't throw my plate away again. He was pretty nice. So there's me and Weeda Bug again. I love her hair. She has very beautiful hair. Very beautiful cousin. Very beautiful. She and her husband are very amazing together. This is how you have to dress to stay warm in Detroit. That little coat that the lady has on her, tiger print, and the red coat. I imagine that's pretty warm too, with the hat. It was fun. So when you're in Detroit, what else do you listen to besides Motown? Mom said that Aunt Pat loved bebopping to Motown music as she drove her around to various appointments. So I woke up at 4 to be at the airport early. Here I am in the clouds trying to get home today. It was a little bit of a challenge after 2 flights I did not make it on because I was bumped. Then I'm finally going to Denver, Colorado, then from Denver to Kansas City. So I didn't make it the times and flights I wanted to make, but the end result is I did finally get home. Love the clouds, so beautiful. It's proof of a higher power.
Guys, welcome to Puerto Rico. I know wishful thinking, y'all. Welcome to Denver. Don't forget all of your eyes, your iPhone, iPads, eyeglasses, and eyelashes. Yeah, you'll be surprised some of the stuff we find on here. We thank you all so much for
Weeda and I again. I haven't seen her for so long. It's been some years, I think. She looks great. Glad to see her. Me going back in the funeral car to the hotel. Cut pictures of cousins from back in the day. Weeda, her brother Prinny, my brother, my sister, other cousins, some that didn't make it to Aunt Pat's service. There's Aunt Pat's beautiful casket again. I'm going to miss you, Aunt Pat. Much love. Your beautiful soul. This is Uncle Buddy and Aunt Pat. They were a great couple. They were fun to be around because they were always laughing and joking with each other and playing practical jokes on each other. It was enjoyable to watch them. They had a great chemistry together. Great chemistry. This is them again. I don't know where they're at, but they are exuding the great couple they were again. Amazing to watch. This is at Aunt Pat's house. After Uncle Buddy died, she always had Thanksgiving dinners, and she was a great cook, and she still has them. This is me and Mom visiting her years later when she's in a assisted living facility after she, couldn't live by herself any longer.